It's a time for more packages from China. Let's go. Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. In today's video we're going to be doing a chit chat about the Famicom Compact, the family game entertainment, and very interesting one. Comes in a cute tiny box, but also have a cable free, or in other words, we're going to be using 2.4G when it comes to the wireless connectivity. 2 players, plug and play, and it comes with an option for an SD card. Oh man, you know, if they're going to be slapping such a massive sticker on, I freaking hate it when they do that. However, so the question remains, is this thing any good and how cute is it? Because I love these mini devices, and sometimes you would be surprised how many of these devices have been released, and some of them are quite good. Okay, so let's take a close look at the device itself. So first of all, this is based on the version of, I think this is the Japanese release. Unfortunately, I cannot reseal it then again. So there is no way of course adding cartridges, but that has to do because this is just completely emulation based. So the family computer, yeah, okay. So we're going to be looking at everything like this doesn't move. We can just flip this open, just more like just for fun. Slider for on and off. We do have a reset. At the front we have 2 USB connections. So we do have the option to actually use USB controllers and LED for indication. And yes, we do have HDMI out. And in here we're having the micro SD card. And they're using these 512 megabyte, and this is like a really very crappy when it comes to, let's say, the quality. So you should like replace it instantly with something over 1 gigabyte whatsoever, making a backup. We're having the controllers over here, and what I mentioned before, they are like wireless. Let's see, everything has to be like freaking like stick like close and together. Oh, so freaking annoying. So nevertheless, let's take a close look inside of here. Man, this is a really tiny battery compartment. Okay, so because we're going to be needing 2 AAA batteries, so let's add these and let's boot it up already and let's check it out. So when it comes to connectivity, what I love about it is we have the option for player 1, player 2 over there. So the form factor is authentic to the original one so far. You can see over here the LED start blinking when you're going to be having any, let's say, inputs. So but when you're going to be looking at the overall build quality, this is very decent. I am very glad with the overall quality of this. So combined with the system, yeah, having some rubber pads underneath, having some grip over there. Cable, we're having over here the micro USB cable, unfortunate still micro USB, 2 controllers, and of course the toilet paper manual, instruction manual, or you should like change it to paper to in the instruction manual, but it's just a quick overview what you can do with it and etc. But you know what's interesting more? So what can you do with it? What kind of stuff can we play? What happens if you're going to be removing the SD card? Will it also contain the firmware? Because if that is the case, you should absolutely instantly backup it. Because sometimes I did read some people were buying these things, the SD card gets corrupted, and you're just having a fancy brick. Oh, bumping against the... Okay, so the power supply is just a normal, let's say, power supply over there. I've been connecting it like a phone charger. Let's turn it on. The LED seems to be blinking, and let's turn on the monitor. That would be an inconvenient thing to do, but let's see what's going on with this. I love that I have like turbo buttons. Oh, let me know in the comments which music is this. Okay, however, so we're going to be looking into the SD cards. This is maybe the interesting one. So we have like downloaded games. So in here we're finding all kinds of games in here, but that is not what I'm really interested in. So let's see if you're going to be going to search. Oh, we have a search option. That is absolutely cool. Let's say adventure. Let's just put in some letters, not even a full. Indeed, it automatically finds Adventure Island. We can boot it up. Select start will bring you back to the main menu, and indeed we do have like aspect ratio, different regions. Let's scale it. We can make a quick save over here. Do I need to press start? Yep, there we go. And in here we can actually load up. But so far so good. So I'm quite surprised how good it actually works out. Oh man, the controller, I like it great. Oh, I did hear some weird thing going on. Oh yeah, turbo buttons, the cheating turbo buttons. But so, when it comes to, let's say, the overall input, no delay whatsoever. I don't see screen tearing going on, because this is one of the great games I actually tested on. So I'm surprised how good it actually works. So we can just quit over here and we go back. Press select. I think, yeah, that's the one. So let's test the one thing I wanted to say. Like, what happens if you're going to be removing the SD card? You have to be kidding with me. So this is a big problem. We're going to be needing this SD card backup instantly, because if this gets lost or broken, whatever, corrupted, because these things will get corrupted, you just have F22. Seriously, like, this is the game that we're always like going to be playing on those, let's say, handhelds that you can buy in the local stores, the mini arcades, you name it. I do love this game, by the way. This is a really fun shmup. But man, what absolutely a disaster. Okay, so what happens actually if you're going to be resetting? Okay, reset doesn't do anything. Powering on and off. Does it get a different game? Hello? Okay. No, it's just one single game. Interesting. But let's do a little bit of chit chat about the menu and let's do a quick overview. Adventure games. So in here we're having indeed adventure games. So far everything has a screenshot when it comes to that. Okay, so moving on to shooting games. So there is all kinds of different stuff on here. And did you notice that not everything has a screenshot? So, you know, that's a little bit of a downside. You know, that's one of those many things that is really annoying about these very strange, tiny knockoff devices. Like, there's always something need to mess up. Like, why not spend the freaking, like, say, day just adding every single picture? So, when it comes to that, this is absolutely horrible. That there's not like a freaking picture with every single game. Okay, next up, let's do a little bit of an overview. In here we're having Battletoads 1, Batman. So let's boot up Batman. But so far, so good. That's Batman Return of the Joker. That's the second edition. Okay. But so far, so good when it comes to emulation performance. Nothing weird going on. Ow. I got hit like twice by the freaking same dropping boulder or spike boulder, how you want to call that thing. So when it comes to emulation performance, there is no problems there. Let's go switching to the menu. Okay, let's go full screen. Yes, I know, sorry guys, a lot of people hate this, but I just want to see what happens if we're going to be switching. That seems to be working just fine. Okay. We have racing games over here. Oh, let's check it out. Yep, Excite Bike, Jackie Chan Kickoff, Jackie Chan Action Kung Fu. And that's one of my favorite games to actually play on the PC Engine. And if you think about it, I think like 8-bit NES, but also when it comes to the PC Engine, both were like, say, 8-bit systems. But man, the PC Engine is so much superior when it comes to certain games. I do have some weird things going on at the bottom of the screen if you didn't notice. I don't know if there's like a general emulation issue. With this game, I do have like this idea that the audio is kind of messed up. But it's interesting how this game is completely different of the PC Engine version. So at first I was thinking there was like a general port, but no, that's not the case over here. Going to the puzzle game. Well, let's see what's going over there. Action, Arkanoids. We have got Banana, okay. I didn't even know there was a game called Banana. Hey, is there actually Boorman in here? That would be very cool. But let's see, we have all kinds of interesting titles I've never heard of. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun actually messing around with it. They're not calling the status, they're calling the block. That's actually like the block. What? This was seriously like a game? I was thinking like we're trolling me, but... Oh, okay, but just... Okay, no, this is just a different... What the heck? Okay, this is a game I've never played before. Oh, that's an interesting way. Yep. Wow. Ha! Can even move it to different directions. So they completely messed up when it comes to the screenshot, but... I must say that I really like this. This is a lot of fun. There we go. Okay. Oh, oh no, 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 I messed it up. I messed it up. So I'm going to be into the, let's say, the downloaded games. This is like another folder, AR Kung Fu. Let's check it out. Oh yeah. Great test to see how it works when it comes to the joystick. Yeah, I already mentioned like or the D-pad itself. Joystick, I mean like the controller, the G-pad, whatever, everything. Yeah, I'm quite surprised by how good it actually works out. Yeah, we found Bomberman. Woohoo! So, but when it comes to the overall emulation, do have an idea that some of the games sounds kind of messed up when it comes to that. But yeah, the controls are high quality, and you know, when it comes to the software itself, I think this thing is even capable of running all kinds of different games. If you're looking at the menu, it's similar to stuff we have seen with game sticks. You know, the SF2000. So these things can even be upgraded, or at least like the power of this device would be more than enough to actually play some 8-bit and 16-bit stuff. Yeah, out of the box, this thing, it's quite nice. It has a lot of options when it comes to the software, but of course they messed it up with some things like having no screenshots, have a little bit of stutter with some of the games. Didn't notice it with Bomberman. Okay, so let's do a little bit of a peek in the inside. Opening up is only like 6 Parkers, but let's see what's going on. I'm guessing I need to have the disassembly of this particular main board. And it does have to do because I wanted to see what's going on. Oh, okay, there's one thing I need to do is removing the SD card. Would not be the first time that I break it. Oh, okay, let's remove it anyway. Oh, they sanded it off. But when you're looking at this mainboard, okay, that's interesting. I've seen this mainboard before. The design DFG01 HMI version 1.3. This is exactly the same mainboard that I've seen in those, let's say, G5 or PlayStation Minis. Exactly the same mainboard, only the other one had like a menu, have PC Engine, and Mega Drive and everything.